it's Dawn here today, and I would like to share all of my best tips and tricks for you guys. I already have a video out there for getting started, and this might be considered part 2. After you get started, some tips and tricks that can really help. All right, so first off, you get your canvas. You want it as large as you can, preferably something over 40 centimeters. The larger, the better, the less pixelated it's going to be. Preferably you get something that is licensed art, or at least not illegal art, and from a company that is gives you quality quality material, so a quality canvas, quality drills, etc. And then I would absolutely recommend getting a light pad. This is an A4. I'm sorry you can't see the whole thing, but I have other videos with showing about, you know, light pads and all that. So, but light pad, I just want to bring that up, is, I think, is a must. And then, in fact, my magnetic light pad is on the bottom of this, and that's why you can see the light coming up, and it's very nice and bright. You can see everything going on over here. Cover minders. Cover minders are awesome, and basically what a cover minder is that there is a cover, because this is a poured canvas, poured glue on this canvas. Poured glue is better than the double-sided sticky tape. Poured glue will always be with this clear plastic over it, and it's the better type of glue. But when with poured glue or the other type, if you peel back this glass cover, see how it wants to just fall back over? You can peel it back and just put a magnet on there. Now with a cover minder, it's typically 2 magnets, and you put one magnet on the underside of your canvas and the other one on the top. But because I have a magnetic light pad, I can just stick it right on top, and I never have to worry about going under my canvas searching for it. And with the cover minder, with the magnet on the bottom, it's not that big a deal, and you can always move it around with the magnet underneath. It's not too big a deal. Having a magnetic light pad just really saves me. All right, so I love that. Now, let's see. Cover minders can be any kind of magnet. With my magnetic light pad, I need super strong neodymium magnets to work with it, and that looks, ooh, oh, it's trying to fly away from me. There's so much magnetism all around here. That looks like this, and it's super strong. These are the type that wants to snap together. It really grabs, it's really strong, and it is required to have the really strong neodymium magnets to work with this magnetic light pad. But the other good thing is you can make them out of almost anything. If you have a little clay figurine, I used a hot glue gun and used hot glue, stuck a cheapo magnet on there. That was a magnet that came with it, and then added this neodymium magnet. This is a pin from a fair that we went to, and it's just a regular pin. I took off the sticky part and just stuck a neodymium magnet onto the back of it, and that works. And I like this one as for my holding back my cover because it's large. It's a larger area and all that, plus it is super cute. The point is, you can take some of these are really tiny, but any one of these plus a neodymium magnet becomes perfectly usable. This one is super cute. I got this one off Etsy, but I found this on AliExpress, and I've never ordered from AliExpress before, but I just placed my first order the other day. Look how strong. My things keep wanting to come grab it. Yeah, sorry, I love magnets. Okay, I gotta stop playing. All right, and there's so many different kinds of magnet. I love it, love it. Cover minders are also called, or have in the past been called, needle minders as well. So if you have needles, you're working on a cross stitch project or whatever, you can have a little metal needle minder, and then you just stick your needles onto there and it keeps track of your needles. Now I have a pin here because I do use this for my diamond painting to help me dig out old wax. And hopefully I will remember to show you that later. Kitting up, this is all I do to kit up. And this is a cheapo. I think that the best storage system for your beads is going to be the Elizabeth Ward bead storage system. Very high quality, very nice, works perfectly and everything. But I'm not getting that one because I have a very, very small space that I'm working with over here. And this case, I can have it sitting on my desk, open it up, go through this, and with the Elizabeth Ward, it's just a much, much bigger system that cannot sit on my desk. Okay, so that's all. I like being able to switch easily. So having this whole case sitting there is just perfect. I cut out with this kit right here is from Diamond Art. Diamond Art Club, and they have excellent quality kits. They provide the sticker, with this sheet sticker, it also came with a legend. I cut out the legend, stuck it on the inside of my case, so now I can very easily see what is going on. Plus, this legend is printed on the canvas itself in 2 different places, and then I have it in numerical order according to this number over here. They also provide it in numerical order, so when I go back to find something, it's very easy to figure out. Here's my 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s. So it's very easy to go back and find exactly what I need very quick and easy. All right, so that is how I have this one. Now, wax pens. I was fortunate enough to get a kit that actually had, and I did a review on this kit, and it actually provided me with a very, very decent pen and the A4 light pad and a whole bunch of other things that I love. Cheapo or more, a more cheapo kit might look like something like this. It's just a little bit cheaper materials. So they only provided a single tip, and on the top there isn't, on the other side there isn't anything, and it's just a hollow tube. At least this one has an extra one over there. Not a big deal because it's essentially the same pen. It's just, and you can purchase these tips and pop them in and out. So on most any pen, they're not really even glued in. They're just like this. You just pop them in and out. This is going to be important in a sec. Then very, very cheapo little flimsy boats. That's the green thing. Really cheap and flimsy. Really cheap and flimsy. Now, all of these, even though I'm saying really cheap and flimsy, they do work. You actually do not need to buy anything else. These will work just fine, and you can be diamond painting with this, and you don't need anything else. But my hobby actually isn't really so much the things that I'm doing, like right now diamond painting. My hobby is actually experimenting, discovering, and all that stuff. So that is my real hobby behind all of this. So I am going to delve deeper into it, but you do not have to follow me down the rabbit hole. As you go, you will start getting, because each canvas that you purchase should come with a little toolkit. And the very, very basic toolkit, see, like these guys didn't even provide the little baggies. But otherwise it's almost identical to this one. But you start collecting up a whole bunch of these, and you see I haven't even opened them up because I have absolutely no need for them really. And more of this pink wax and stuff like that. All right, so my point is you don't have to worry about things wearing out and you needing to replace them, because each canvas that you buy should come with more, and you will very soon have a nice big collection of these. All right, are we over to waxes yet? Actually, let's go over the pens because I've been talking about waxes already. All right, so you may start off with a simple pink pen. Perfectly usable, perfectly fine, will serve you well. If you get a better kit, they might give you many different tips. These are called multiplacers because they place multiple tips at a time. Their multiplacers come in different sizes, from 3 drills on up to, I think, 10 might be the largest. And then you have your single placer. You only place one drill at a time with this tip. Okay, so I like to have pens with one on either side. Now, from Star Roar on Amazon, this was a kit, and I did do a review on it. And this was a kit where they sent many different kinds. And they sent this with an angle tip that I actually love. I love the angle because it also makes it very easy to see the drill. Sometimes it's harder to see the drill when your pen is in the way, especially a bigger pen is in the way. It's just a little bit harder. So I really like it when it's real narrow, and especially this one is more narrow than usual. And I like as narrow as possible because it makes it more accurate. Plus the angle of it now makes it so that my hand can rest more naturally in a natural position, versus when it's straight up and down, I'm holding more like this, right? And then with the angle tip, I can relax my hand a little bit more and go like this. So it is something different, and you can buy angle tips and just pop it into the pen that you are currently using. Pens come in all different shapes and colors and sizes and materials. There's wood ones, resin and wood combination. They're custom hand-turned ones on Etsy and stuff. So that is a whole journey in itself, and I love that journey. It's a lot of fun. But I'm trying to be good, and I just got this one off of Amazon. It has 4 bumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bumps and a narrow waist. I do have a custom pen coming, but I'm not sure when it will be here. They said to give them 30 days, but I'm very excited about getting that custom turned pen in. And I think I ordered that one with 5 bumps, with a little bit of a custom shape that he's going to test out and send over to me. So I do have that on the way. This is a wax tip pen. And it used to come to a finer point, but that whole chunk just fell off and it wouldn't stick back onto itself. So I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Before this broke, and I'm not a heavy pusher. I'm not a heavy-handed person. So I was really shocked that it fell out after just, I don't know, 50 drills. Something like that, something very small, and then it just broke, and now I'm not sure what to do with this. I will experiment with this some more, but right now it's just kind of But they do sell these tips, and you can just screw a new tip back on. Very pretty, little glittery. And now this tip I really love, and this tip would actually be excellent for AB drills. AB drills have a coating on them that makes them really glittery and shiny and sparkly and changing colors and all that, right? Really, really great. But that AB is a coating on top of the plastic drill. It's kind of delicate, and sometimes the wax can actually pull that coating right off. So you want to use a very light hand when you working with those drills, and the least amount of surface area touching, and the least amount it can pull off, right? So and also very accurate. You can really get to any spots that are tight in between, The only thing is that it doesn't push drills around very well because it's a very skinny tip. If you try to push a drill, it usually just slips right off of it. See, unlike the other that is going to more surround the drill, because it's touching a bigger area, and this one you can kind of grab it and move those around. Unlike that, this is touching very, very little, which is perfect, and I love it, but you just can't shove it around. All right, so I wish I could buy these tips by itself and put it on my use this as my sole single placer. This one is right now. This one is my main pen, and one of the best things. Oh, I was working with this with a 3-placer, but I have now changed to a 4-placer because I specifically wanted to use this narrow tip, and this is narrower than your traditional. I'm gonna show. Yeah. So this is well. I'm gonna try something. All right. This is a more typical tip, and you can kind of see the size of it. All right. Now look at this one that is on my pen. Do you see how much more narrow it is than the one on the left? It is amazing. One of the best things ever, because like I said, I like having this narrow tip. I get to squeeze into places easier without interfering with the drills next to it. I can grab drills off of my boat easier and not have all the sides cluttered with extra hitchhikers because it's too wide. Also, one of the problems that I saw with the multiplacers is because it is so big and wide, what happens, oh, my card's right here. What happens is with the multiplacer, the center, and the bigger you go, the more of this problem you'll find, because it doesn't have as much support in the center as it does around. The ends are surrounded a little bit more, right? So it gives more support to the wax itself. Without that support, the wax will ooze and gooze away from when you push it against the drill. So what ends up happening is drills will get in here lopsided. One end will tip in, sink in more than the other end. Sometimes the center drill will sink all the way into the wax, etc. Let me see if I have something I can demonstrate with. So I am going to take, this already has some pink wax on it, and I'm just going to grab some more pink wax, and this is we'll go into waxes later. So you're gonna shove this all in, scrape it off the sides, put your excess back with its pile, and then fold. Did I even get, let me try this again. So I like to squish it off of one end and then put it in the center and then squish it out the other end, because I really want to make sure that those ends are on tight. And then get the sides, use the sides to clean off my thumb, and then I'm going to go up one side and fold in the center, and then come back around the ends. Just want to make this as flat as possible. Okay, so now this is all nice and flat on here. This is my drill card. It's just a spent credit card type. This is a gift card, but it's nice and hard because if you're doing a lot of testing or whatever, this metal can puncture through things, and then this plastic doesn't puncture through, but it also gives you a nice hard surface to work on. And then I used my glue gun, and very messily I just stuck a bunch of drills on here. And there's different purposes for this. One is when you first load up your drill, if it's single or multiplacer, the first time you, actually, let me load up the single placer so I can show you this part. The first time that you go to use it, you might find that the wax squishes out. You get, there's a whole bunch of excess wax and all that. So it gets all squished out. There's a couple different things you can do about that. Oops, sorry, I'm off camera. All I'm doing is really loading this up. All right, press that in. And you see how I got little goobers off of the side once I pressed that in? So if you didn't do this step, then you got little boogers on your drill, right? But I'm eliminating the part where it gets on my drill. So I've pressed this completely flat, but the first time I use it on my drill now, it is going to do much the same thing. Oh, it didn't. But sometimes it does. And then you'll get maybe another little sliver come out. And if that happens, it's okay, because this was your test on these drills. There we go. See that little sliver that came out? Okay, so once I remove, this is quality control. This right here is getting all of the excess out before it gets onto your actual drills. So now I press it in again, and now this is going to be more likely to work well on my actual canvas without all of that excess coming out, because I've already pre-squished them out with my little drill card. Another thing that you can do, I have these tips because I also did mandala painting, and we use these tips over here. I have a really skinny one and then a larger one, and I use this with my single placer. And you know how the drills are, they're domed, they're domed up, right? When I use this thing, it's pretty much the same as my drill card. I'm letting it, I'm pushing that dome in. And so if I have a ton of excess, it's going to come out now, and I can deal with it now before I actually do my work. Now, you don't want to pick one that is too skinny. This one can actually fit inside, and I use this for something else. I use it to dig out the wax. You want the one that is not going to go inside. It's going to fit on the outside, and basically much similar to like if it was touching a drill. So either the drill card or this will be perfectly fine. So this narrow tip, it is also good because the narrow tip makes it so that there is more support for the wax. And it also makes it so you are not touching, you're not grabbing the whole entire drill. You're just guaranteed to just be tippy-topping. Get right there at the tippy top. instead of swallowing the whole drill, and it is much easier to have accurate placement when you go along. This one is a 4-placer, and I love it because as a 4-placer, it's also a 3-placer, 2-placer, 1-placer. And then I have this one as my single placer for really tight spots. All right, so I've gone over this. What else is there to go over? I guess we can now go over our waxes. Before that, real quick, I bought these tins on Etsy, and you can also get them off of AliExpress, and these are awesome, and I love them because they're super cute and they're super handy. Right now I have this one holding some of my extra waxes, and let's see, okay, let's pull out all of our waxes right now. All right, so now let's go over waxes. This is a big topic. Many different types of waxes. There is what people call a light pink wax. The light pink wax doesn't work quite as well as the dark pink wax, in my opinion, and many others. We all pretty much agree that the light pink wax is the least favorite. Now you have ones that same shape as a little square, but it's a darker pink wax, and that is actually what because I had a whole bunch of it and I put them in here. So that's another tip for you. This was a Revlon, I think it's Revlon. Yes, it's a Revlon Color Stay cream eyeshadow that I didn't like, and it's an old container, and it is awesome because it is glass, it is heavy, it can also help to hold things down, and I put all of the wax, my dark pink squares all in here, and then I just shoved them all in. This stuff is soft enough, this wax is soft enough that you can very easily maneuver it around and squish and form. So this is my dark pink wax, and which I used a lot of. This was all free, came with kit, and this is the light pink wax that came with a cheaper kit that I do not even care to use. Now, so least favorite, next one, and this on its own, okay, least favorite, can you still work with it? Yes, absolutely. But you might, if you find that you don't like it, like many other people don't like it, you might want to look into other waxes. A very easy alternative, if you are at that point, is to look into blue tack. This is actually a blue tack knockoff that came in many different colors, but you recognize what it looks like, right? So with the blue tack, I actually put it in here. Now the blue tack I actually do not recommend using because I don't like the way that it behaves, because it does this. And it will do that on your drill pen. So you know those little boogers that comes out of the little bits of wax that squish out? Well, it'll squish out and then it'll do this to a smaller extent because it's a much smaller amount, but I hope you see my meaning. It is also very gooey, which means that this has a much higher chance of the drill sinking right into this. It's not a very dense material. It is extremely gooey and malleable, which is what it is meant to do. but that means that I had drills that would in the Multiplacer would sink right into it, and then I'd really have to dig it out, and I didn't like that. So I don't use this for diamond painting at all anymore, but I use it because it's blue tack and I have things that I can stick on. Okay, so I don't like that at all. That is one that I flat out just don't even recommend. Now this is the dark pink wax in the heart shape, provided by the Diamond Art Club kit, which is this canvas right here. This was the best pink wax I had ever used, and so better than this one and better than this one, and I love this one.